Hello, so today we're gonna just watch and observe. So these are my batch of juvenile Orandas. There are 3 batches of them here already, so that's why you have different sizes. The first batch I think I culled up to like the second round of culling. The second batch and the third batch I only did like the first round of culling, so there's still more culling to be done from this batch, but like so far everything is okay. So right now viewing tank, which is also my hospital tank, is occupied. I have like a sick fish that is being treated there, so but she'll be done with her treatment in a couple of days. So once that's done, we will be able to use the tank and finally do like maybe some final culling with these guys. So let's take a look. So this one, it looks like it's a BTO. Really good body, but okay. Let's see. So that this one looks like it's going to be a black tie Oranda. It has a good body form, but the tail is below the almost just barely 45 degrees. So what we're looking for in terms of like good tail is something that is 45 degrees or up, like this one. That one has 45 degrees or up. That's really good form. Okay, this one also has a good form. So it looks like it's a red-white Oranda. This one is smaller, so probably from the third batch. Also good form. That one is a long body. The tail is barely 45, so that's not too good, but like what I like about it is it's the color pattern. It's like so it's a tiger pattern, but this particular one is over like black strips, black vertical stripes over a pale orange, as compared to, for example, this one, like compared to this one, is also a tiger pattern, but it's a darker red over a darker red background, right? Very cute, very good form. This one is long body, like the dad. So my male breeder is a black tie Oranda, and it has long body like this one. So the shape is barely like just about 45 degrees, so it's fine. So long body ones, when they're smaller, tend to grow fast, but you need to groom them to become more rounded. So this one is also long body. The tail is not quite, just somewhere below 45, so it's not quite as good as what we'd like. This one is really good form. This has really good form as well. It's a trico, so you have white and red or orange, and then you have black in the tails. This one, I'm keeping this one. There are 2 of them that have like a distinct shape like this, so they're unique compared to the rest of the group. So I wanna see what they look like as they grow old. Isn't that interesting? Doesn't that look cute? Let's see if we can find the other one that looks like that. Oh, this one. This is quite small, but it looks like it's a trico. pale orange and white and black, but this is a very good form. This one is another tricolor. This one. That one, if it becomes orange, could be an Apache. Black and red or black and orange. This one is long body. This one has the most interesting color pattern, so this is my favorite in terms of color, because when you look at the sides, it actually has over blue base. Look at that. So this is the only one of its kind in terms of color from this group. I'd like to keep this. My problem with this is I noticed it's a... Where are you? I noticed that it was fused tail. But what I observed is I found that some fry, when they are smaller, tend to have fused tail, but as they grow, if there was some like curve or some split, even just the tiniest at the center, then they as they grow, they also get bigger, so they become split-tailed eventually. So this one is the biggest in the batch, an orange Oranda. When this was smaller, because this was from batch 1, so when this was smaller, it had split tail, but now it's it had fused tail, I'm sorry, but now it has split tails. This is a very nice color pattern, so you have like a glossy silvery over the red and white silvery scales over its red and white, so I like it. Yay. Calico. This is a very special call that I'm keeping. So if you notice the dorsal fin, it's just a hump with like a hair-like growth. Hey, come here, baby. Where are you? There. She's a little bit shy, or he's a little bit shy. I don't know the gender. So I noticed this was from batch 2, and there were 2 of them that had those defects. I decided to keep them because there weren't too many of them anyways, and unfortunately the other one did not make it, so I'm hoping that they will grow big and I can add this to my collection. So very interesting. Look at them. Hey, hey, hey. Look at you. Come closer. Like a shark chew, but this isn't a ranchu. This is an Oranda. Oranda chew. Oranda shark. Shark Oranda. So this one is an interesting, also tiger pattern, but it's calico tiger. Yay! Not just calico. This one, my favorite color, but like split tail, hoping it will, a fused tail, hoping it will split if there's some hint of a split at the end of that center line, then that'd be great. Okay, a red white. So these are red whites. I noticed these ones look like, if you don't know the parentage, they really look like high back where you can fry, but they are Orandas because the mom is an Oranda. Although I'm a bit curious because when I was hand spawning them, I decided to add a little bit of milk from a high back red white where you can. So maybe that's the result, but we're not really too sure. Although what I found is when tend to be like a partially dominant trait. So whenever you have somebody that behaves that way, they're already chasing each other at this age. when, where was I? So when is a partially dominant trait. So if you pair like a Ryukin with no when, with an Oranda with a when, what you'll get would be fry that have when that's intermediate between like the parent. So no when versus whatever was the when growth of the other parent. So maybe somewhere in between. So which would mean if you try to imagine what that fry would look like, it's still going to end up as an Oranda because it will have some significant when growth. This one I like the color pattern because it's like an army uniform, dull orange with the black stripes. I like it as compared to the other tiger patterns here. They're like this one, but the red is pretty intense. So this one looks like it's going to be a trico. You have some black tie Orandas. This is good form. This one, let's see. This one is another special shape. Where are you? Wait, no, it's a little shy, so it's not coming out. So this one there's only two of them in the batch with that specific form. So I'm trying to keep them and see what they look like as they grow up. Where is that other one? It's that one. It's smaller. Hey, come closer please. Come closer, baby. Hey. So that's my special call. There you are. Look at this one. So I know that it's gonna end up as an Oranda, but like the shape of the body is not the same as your typical Oranda. It's more like a Ranchu that turned out to become an Oranda. But it has like significant hump in the back. This one I like. It's still one of the smaller sizes in the group, but it's a yellowish, white yellowish. So maybe it's gonna mold into white with some black. Right, we've got plenty of tiger patterns, so that's pretty good, and a handful of red whites. Sakura, gorgeous. This one is like it's now molting into a tricolor. So you have some patches of red at the top, then you have a white body, and then the fins are black. There he is again, my favorite colored fish, but like not very good tail, and not split tail. Too bad. Still hoping that there's some chance of it splitting as it grows, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It's already bigger than the others, and it's still fused tail. Jeez. This one, especially when you don't have the best camera, but if you look at it in live, they have really good colors. There is nice form. Don't be shy, come on. Right, so maybe around the weekend we can do our final culling and we can inspect for any other fuse tails, and also looking at like body conformation and tail conformation. What we're looking for in terms of standards for Oranda, for example, like this one. So for the body should be rounded, of course. It will improve as it grows older, but we want it to be a rounded, egg-shaped. It has to be double-tailed, and the double tail has to have a split down the middle, more than 50% split. Of course, because it's an Oranda, it will have a wen that will grow as it gets older. What we're looking for in terms of the dorsal fin, it needs to be like really straight and like proud, up. So this one is not really as like up. Let's find someone with a like good dorsal fin. Now they're all trying to hide. It's probably because I did not give them food, so they come out thinking I'd be dropping food. But I haven't done that, so they've got bored of me. This one has good, like that's what we look for in terms of like the dorsal fin. It's pretty up there. If it can go higher, like more than 180 degrees, then it's even better, but that's good. This is a good fin. What else are we looking for in terms of Oranda? The anal fin needs to be double, and we want them to be as symmetrical as possible, and they should be hidden underneath the lobes of the tail, so they shouldn't be coming out, sticking out. That's an interesting pattern, but I think it's still gonna molt. Right. So some of our black Orandas are turning out good. Like this one looks good. This one, the tail is like below. So what we're looking for in terms of tail is the angle should be the baseline is 45 degrees from the body. So if it's 45 degrees or up, then that's what your ideal. So this one, for example, has it's above 45 degrees. This one also, but this one is just this one, for example, is not 45 degrees. So if you look at the angle with respect to the body, the end of like the upper lobe of the tail is I can't figure out what angle that is, but it's definitely not less than 45. It's more than 45 degrees. I like the shape, so pretty. This one, color is so pretty. It's, if you can see it up close, it has blue base. Too bad, like it's a fuse tail. Again, this one like a unique shape. Liking it. Very, very rounded. Like, look at that. Good forms. Cutie pie, cutie pie. Cutie pies, I just like watching them actually. Pretty mesmerizing. So that's it. In a couple of days we're gonna, once we're done treating that Goldie right there, because she has a dropsy, we'll use that tank also as a viewing tank. That's my hospital tank, which is also my multi-purpose viewing tank. So we're gonna get some of the bigger sized juvies here and start doing the final cull for them. we're gonna try and segregate some of those that are bigger. We're gonna put in a special tank with those that are of like the same quality. So what I'll do is for those that are big, of the ones that are going bigger here, they'll join some of my junior size and separate them based on, like, these are potential show quality based on the finnage and based on the characteristics that the body form that they demonstrate, and those that we identify to be maybe pet grade or material grade because we noticed some defects or just some a few things that are not of the standard that we're looking for. Like this one could be matte grade or pet grade just because of the tail. Alright, so hope you enjoyed watching. That's it.